Hello, can you hear me? I cannot. Is your microphone on? Is your microphone on? It was on. And is you, but we can't hear you.
Okay, sorry. All right, guys, be ready.
Can you hear us?
Test?
Yep, can hear you.
I can hear you.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Jared, I have you as an attendee. Be panelist. Okay, never mind, I'm good. Are you ready? Okay, let's go. Good evening. Welcome to Planning and Zoning Commission meeting for July 10th, 2025. At this time, I would like to call the meeting to order. The commissioners who are present for this evening's meetings are at City Hall and on Zoom. We also have staff from the city attorney's and the city clerk's office, as well as the city's planning department. If you're joining us on Zoom this evening, we can see that you are here. You may observe the meeting. However, your ability to be seen on screen and talk will be muted. During the public testimony portion of the meeting, you will be unmuted and then be able to comment. Please note that we cannot take questions until public testimony. If you have a process question during the meeting, please email cityclerk@meridiancity.org and they will reply as quickly as possible. If you simply want to watch the meeting, we encourage you to watch this streaming on the city's YouTube channel. You can access it at meridiancity.org/live. With that, we will begin with roll call. Madam Clerk?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Commissioner Garrett,
Present.
Commissioner Stoll,
Present.
Chairperson Lorcher,
Here.
Commissioner Rust,
Here.
Commissioner Smith,
Commissioner Smith, we didn't hear you.
How about now? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Here, I'm here.
thank you by remote, Commissioner Sandoval,
I thought I saw him here. Oh, he's under attendees. Yep.
Present.
Okay, perfect.
thank you, and Commissioner Perot,
She's absent.
absent. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We are going to make one change to tonight's agenda. We are going to move the habit back into an action item this evening due to some errors in the minutes. Can I get a motion to adopt tonight's
Madam Chair,
agenda?
Can I just clarify real quick? My apologies for interrupting. So I think we need to do two things tonight on the consent agenda if the commissioners are so inclined. There are some substantive errors that were pointed out just prior to the beginning of the meeting that pertain to the minutes. And my recommendation would be we just simply remove the minutes from this agenda in their totality. And we ask staff to correct those and bring them back at the appropriate time. And that's change number one to the agenda. Change number two to the agenda is dealing with the habit burger findings of fact and conclusions of law. And just as you indicated, Madam Chair, there's an error in that document as well that's easily correctable, but to correct it, my recommendation would be that we move that item from the consent agenda to the regular calendar as an action item. So those would be your two changes to the agenda if you want to adopt it in that fashion.
So are we voting on tonight's agenda separately from the consent agenda?
Well, your first item before you is on the first item that you're dealing with is after roll call, or I guess we had roll call, but is the adoption of the agenda is the next item on your, so under that item, you'd be looking for a motion essentially, so a motion that would say to adopt the agenda with the following changes. Remove the minutes from this agenda in their totality and bring them back at the appropriate time, number one. Number two, move the findings of fact for habit burger from the consent agenda to the regular agenda as an action item. Those would be your two changes when you deal with the adoption of the agenda.
Okay, do I need to repeat that?
If someone wants to just make a motion, that'd be great.
Madam Chair, if I may,
Yes.
make a motion. I move that we approve the agenda with the following changes. We remove from the consent agenda, item B, which is the habitat facts and findings, and move that to the second item on the action items.
Right.
And then we remove the minutes as presented, send them back to staff for further edits and corrections to be brought to us at our next planning and zoning meeting.
Okay, may I have a second?
Second.
It's been moved and second to adopt tonight's agenda with the changes from the consent agenda and action items. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. And because the items on the consent agenda, Kurt, have been removed, we don't need to vote on that, correct?
That's correct, Madam Chair. So we no longer have the consent agenda and you can move forward on the remainder of your agenda.
Okay. All right, just a little bit of administration there. Thank you very much. At this time, I would like to explain the public hearing process. We will open each item individually and begin with the staff report. Staff will report their findings on how the item adheres to our comprehensive plan and our unified development code. After staff has made their presentation, the applicant will come forward to present their case and respond to staff's comments, and they will have 15 minutes to do so. After the applicant is finished, we will open the floor to public testimony. Each person will be called only once during the public testimony. The clerk will call the names individually of those who have signed up on our website in advance to testify. You may come to the microphones in chamber or will be unmuted on Zoom. Please state your name and address for the record. You will have 3 minutes to address the commission. If you've previously sent pictures or a presentation for the meeting, it will be displayed on screen and our clerk will help you run the presentation. If you have established you're speaking on behalf of a larger group like an HOA, where others from that group will allow you to speak on their behalf, you will have up to 10 minutes. After all those who have signed up in advance have spoken, we will invite any others who wish to testify in the application. If you wish to speak on a topic, you may come forward in chambers. If you're on Zoom, you can raise your hand, or if you're on the telephone, you can press *9 and wait for your name to be called. If you're listening on multiple devices, such as a computer and a phone, please be sure to mute those extra devices so we don't experience feedback and we can hear you clearly. When you're finished, if the commission doesn't have any questions for you, you will return to your seat in chambers or be muted on Zoom and no longer have the ability to speak. And please remember, we will not call on you a second time. After all testimony has been heard, the applicant will be given another 10 minutes to come back and respond. When the applicant has finished the questions and concerns, we will close the public hearing and commissioners will have the opportunity to discuss and hopefully make final decisions or recommendations to City Council as needed. With that, we will start with item number 3 on the agenda, Uplifted Gym for a conditional use permit at 3410 West Nellis Drive, and we will begin with the staff report.
Good evening, Madam Chair and members of the commission. Next item on the agenda is the conditional use permit for Uplifted Gym. Then the applicant requests a conditional use permit to operate indoor recreation facility for Suite 100 in an existing 37,020 square foot industrial building and for extended hours of operation to 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on 2.49 acres of land in the IL zoning district. The site is located at 3410 West Nellis Drive, and as shown on the screen, the existing zoning is IL or light industrial, and the flume designation is mixed use non-residential. There's an overview of this site and the surrounding area. That is the existing industrial building, has been fully constructed, all the landscaping, parking. So the proposed use of an indoor recreation facility is a conditional use in the IL zone. The IL zone is meant to provide opportunities for business and employment, which typically includes light manufacturing, research and development, warehousing, and distribution. However, due to a lack of commercial tenant vacancies, indoor recreation facilities are exploring spaces in IL, and it is becoming more common in the city. In the surrounding area, there's a church, a flex space, other warehousing uses, employment, and vehicle repair uses. Then the introduction of a gym to this area provides an opportunity for nearby residents to recreate. The site has already been approved and constructed and contains one other tenant at the moment. This building was constructed to the industrial parking standards, and the applicant has indicated that the gym has about 220 members with roughly 15 members at any one time. This did raise some concerns with staff initially. However, we did ask the applicant to address this, and in doing so, the applicant entered into a parking agreement with the nearby church for up to 25 parking spaces, while also adding 13 parking spaces to the site, which staff thinks is adequate for a gym of that size and does even allow it for room to grow. Because typically gyms, and as I've talked with Trevor, they do a lot of personal training. So they do have more, I guess it wouldn't be a large rush in just the evenings. They do have it throughout the day. It's pretty steady throughout the day. So staff is recommending approval with conditions on this. We have not received any written testimony, and I'll stand for any questions you guys have.
Would the applicant like to come forward? If you can state your name and address for the record, that would be great.
My name is Trevor Summers. My address is 4173 North Beeham in Meridian, Idaho.
Thank you. Do you want to add anything to Nick's description of your project?
I don't think I need to add anything specifically.
Okay.
Happy with.
Commissioners, do we have any questions for Trevor? All right, thank you very much. Madam Clerk, is there anybody to testify for this application?
Thank you. Yes, we have a Trevor Summers.
He just spoke.
Oh, sorry. That's it.
That's it? Anybody in chambers like to speak on this subject? May I get a motion to close the public hearing?
Madam Chair, I move that we close the public hearing.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to close the public hearing on Uplifted Gym. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. You know, I think the hardest thing about working out is that the gym is too far away. And so the fact that you are close to a residential area off of 10 Mile and Ustick would probably be a big benefit to your program. And so I think it's, you know, although it's atypical for us to use industrial space for workout places, it looks like you have lots of room to grow and everybody can have a little space. I support this project. Any other comments from commission or motion?
Madam Chair, there's
Commissioner Stoll?
no comments. I'd like to make an motion.
Okay.
After considering all staff, applicant, and public testimony, I move to approve file number H-2025-0023 as presented in the staff report for the hearing date of July 10th, 2025.
Do I have a second?
Second.
It's been moved and second to approve file number 2025-0023. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much. We are going to open, this is not on our typical agenda tonight because we're bringing that off the consent agenda, but we're going to open file number H 2025-0022, the Habit. We heard the staff report last week. It's off of 10 Mile and Innovation between, I believe, Costa Vida and Chick-fil-A, somewhere right around there. We've had a count on the minutes that was incorrect, so we would like to vote again. Is there any commissioner that is uncomfortable about voting on this application for tonight? Mr. Starman?
If I can just clarify or add to your comments. So the commission did vote on this item and approved it after the public hearing. The item on the agenda tonight what's before the commission tonight is the findings of fact and conclusions of law. You often deal with those topics on the consent agenda, but the reason we moved it from the consent agenda to your regular calendar is because there is at least one substantive error that needs to be corrected, and the only way to correct it is to pull it off the consent agenda. So this is not a public hearing. You're not doing a redo, so to speak, of what happened at your last meeting. We're just simply adopting the findings. And so the one specific correction I'll point out to the commission is on page 4 of the findings. We would need to strike the reference to Commissioner Patrick Grace, and we would need to insert a reference to Commissioner Stoll to fix that. And then Commissioner Stoll, help me out. Are there other issues that need to be corrected as well?
The only question I have is Andrew Seal, is he still a existing?
Thank you. Thank you for catching that as well. So we need to make that change as well. So let me find that. So we also need to strike the reference to Commissioner Seal, and we need to insert a reference to Commissioner Perot. So with those, I guess a different way to say that, to state that differently, is the list of commissioners on page 4 of the findings is inaccurate and reflects the composition of the commission a few months back. It needs to be corrected to show the current composition of the commission. And then that's the one correction I was aware of, and I'll ask if there's anything else that someone noticed. But with that, what I would basically suggest is that if the commission is comfortable, you would simply make a motion to approve, the motion maker would simply make a motion to approve the findings with the correction so noted. And once you get a second, you can vote, and that will complete that item.
All right, I'm going to give this a try. I am going to make a motion to approve the facts, conclusions of law of the Habit Burger with the following modifications. Remove Patrick Grace and Andrew Seal as active commissioners and add Matthew Stoll and Jessica Perot as current commissioners. Is that
Second.
correct?
Second.
It's been moved and second to approve the facts, findings, conclusions of law for the Habit Burger with these commissioner modifications. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. I'll take one more motion.
Madam Chair,
Commissioner Rust?
I move that we adjourn.
Second.
It's been moved and second that we adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much. Thank you for your help.